What's poppin', y'all? It is your boy, and oh my gosh, I'm back. It's your boy, Dwight, aka Tyree, aka Dwight Tyree, and I am back, and I have not recorded since last year. Nah, but I'm back, y'all, for the first video of the year. Happy New Year. Even though it's damn near February, Happy New Year still. So I have a few things to talk about. I've been off the grid for a little bit, been chilling, but I'm back, and I'm here to talk about some new topics with you guys. So right now, there's a few things going on. We're going to get into Jayda Wayda and Ari and Lil Baby and Moneybagg Yo and who else is in that circle? G Herbo? Yeah, there's drama with that. And then we have some drama with Nicki Minaj and Don Lemon. And then we also have to get into Mike Todd and Druski. Yes, Mike Todd versus Druski. Druski's beefing with somebody, or he got somebody feeling away. I'm not gonna say beefing, but yes, we're gonna get into some things. But first, I think I'm gonna get into Mike Todd and Druski. So Mike Todd and Druski, Druski, let's start with him. He made a video, and it was a really funny video, and he was talking about pastors and pastors from mega churches, the ones that are on TV and are viral on YouTube and all of those things, and how they kind of just they make church into a show. It's like a theatric performance, and a lot of the things that they care about is the money. Now, it was funny to me. Some people took it as a mockery to God and that it was very disrespectful. I personally didn't find it disrespectful. I found it as funny because I do feel like there are pastors out there that are like that. I don't feel like every pastor is like that. I do believe there are pastors out there that are truly people of God, but I don't think every pastor is. Everybody's not a good person. So just because you say that you believe in God does not necessarily mean that you're a good person, right? So he's mocking those people. I didn't take it as he was mocking pastors in general or he was mocking God. But some people did take offense to that. Now, a lot of people were tagging Mike Todd in these comments and mentioning his name. And they had different opinions stating that, this is like him. Some people said it wasn't, but a lot of people were saying that was his behavior. Some people felt like Druski was outright mocking Mike Todd all the way. And then a lot of people just said that it reminded them of Mike Todd. Now, that's funny to me because that's the main name I saw in the comments as well. So fast forward to this past Sunday, Mike Todd, I guess, decided to mention it in his sermon, and he basically was saying that, it got a couple million views. I felt like that was a little shady, but the tone of voice he said it in, I don't know. But either way, that's neither here or there. He's like, it was a distraction from God and God's plan and this and that and the third. And I don't know how y'all felt about it, but I was just like, boy, why are you even commenting on this? Why are you saying anything? I wouldn't have said anything because I feel like, what they say, a hit dog gonna holler. So you felt hit, so you hollering. You felt like that was for you. You felt like he was throwing shots at you. So that's why you felt like you needed to say that. Because I don't feel like that was something that he needed to address. A lot of people were like that he was way less flashy that day as well. Because in the skit, Druski was making fun of, the pastors being flashy as well with their outfits. But I guess, he was seeing all this, so he felt the need to comment. I would have commented, but he said it was a distraction from God and this and that. I personally don't feel like that. I just feel like it was a harmless joke and you low-key felt away. But then he also said it was funny. So if it was funny, why is it a distraction from God? What are you talking about? That's just my opinion. If I'm being real, I never could get into Mike Todd personally, even before all this came out, because I would see some of his things and I just couldn't really get into it. It looked real performative to me, especially a couple years ago when he spit on his hands and put it on that man's face. And that man sat there and let this grown man take his saliva and put it on his face. So when he did that, I was like, yeah, I'm not messing with him. Before that, I wasn't really messing with him, but once he did that, I even more was like, I'm not a fan. Sorry, can't get into it. Can't do it. So yeah, I'm sorry if you feel away. I apologize, but I'm not really sorry. So moving on, next topic. let's get into Lil Baby. Well, let's get into Ari versus Jayda Wayda. Lil Baby is not versus. I wouldn't say he's versus them, but he's involved. So, where do I begin? So I was on my way home from the airport in the Uber, and I went on TikTok, and I'm seeing Ari and Jayda and all this stuff. So I'm like, all right, what's going on? So Jayda apparently called out. Well, she didn't call out, but she responded. Jayda went on live recently, and on the live she was talking about like her skin routine and stuff, or something about her skin. And somebody commented and said, "Are the rumors true about the TikTok rumors? Are the TikTok rumors true about Ari and Baby?" And then she squints and looks at the camera and sounds like she's reading the comments. And then she's like, "The rumors are true." So it's like everyone's assuming like, oh, okay, what is she talking about? So a lot of people were going back and looking at a video from maybe like a couple years ago when she was on a show called The Impact. The Impact was a show where a bunch of influencers from New York, I believe they had an Atlanta season too, but this one was a New York season. Wait, I'm lying, that was the Atlanta season. I watched this show like 2 years ago, but I forgot about it, got canceled. So that was the Atlanta, and no shade, that sounded like I was being shady. I'm dead serious, it got canceled, y'all. So it got canceled. So I kind of forgot about it. It was a couple years ago. But she was on this show called The Impact. Now it's the Atlanta season. And both of them were on the show because they're like popular girls. Ari's from Chicago at the time. She was living in Atlanta. And I believe Jada's from Atlanta. If she's not, she was living at the time. But I believe she's from Atlanta. I know Lil Baby is, so I'm pretty sure she is. But on the show, Jayda stated that her and Ari sometimes have like this weird tension between each other because she believes that sometimes she wonders if the internet rumors are true, and she wasn't specific about the rumors, but she did say that Ari posted in her close friends that she this is verbatim, but she said something along the lines of like she'll take somebody's baby daddy. And then, those rumors were going around about Ari and Baby. So then Jada's like, the issue is that, we cool, but then sometimes I guess there's tension or it's a little weird because she posts stuff that makes her wonder if the rumors that people say online are true, which is interesting. But fast forward to now, she's confirmed that the rumors are true. So, I was being nosy. I didn't see Ari posting anything after that went viral on live. But then Ari said that she was going to go live on Twitch that night. And honestly, y'all, I didn't tune in because I was so tired last night. And something in my soul, in my spirit, told me she wasn't going to say nothing. She just tried to get her views up. Because since when did she go on Twitch? So, and I feel like she's one of those girls that's not going to... I feel like she's going to crash out at the moment if she's going to crash out. Kind of like Cardi B be doing. Like, she's not going to wait to go on Twitch. Like... So I'm like, okay, I don't really know if this is a real beef or if this is kind of like an attention thing from both parties, but we will stay tuned soon and see, I guess. But almost forgot to tell y'all. So, Moneybagg Yo unfollowed Lil Baby allegedly, and G Herbo also unfollowed Lil Baby allegedly. As y'all know, Ari and Moneybagg Yo are in a relationship, or were, we think they still are, right? But G Herbo and her have a baby together, and they're both cool with Lil Baby. Well, were cool with Lil Baby. So it's like, okay, her baby daddy and her current boyfriend both unfollowed him, Lil Baby, after Jayda allegedly confirmed that they slept together. So it makes me wonder, like, interesting. So is it true? I don't know. But moving on, I feel like we're gonna find out more about that as time progresses. So let's see if we do find anything out. We will get into that as well. All right, next topic is the last topic. Let's get into Nicki Minaj. Y'all, Nicki Minaj starting the year on the same BS. Nicki Minaj, you're starting the year on the same bull. Ain't no new year, new her. She's still roaming. Nah, I'm joking. But Nicki Minaj is over here. She went on X and she called out Don Lemon, She called him out because what I'm reading in my notes is that Lemon was protesting where activists interrupted a church service in St. Paul, Minnesota to criticize ICE and demand accountability after a fatal shooting involving an ICE agent. Now, this is interesting. So he's calling out, ICE for something that they did, allegedly. And I guess there was a church service going around. I don't know where the church service was at, but I guess it affected the church service. Nicki Minaj is in her Christian era, so she ironically decided to tweet this. Let me read the tweet for you guys specifically. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but she did say, Don cock sucking Lemon is disgusting, and she even mentioned that his ass needs to go to jail. I felt like that was weird because why are you mad that he's speaking out against ICE when you are an undocumented immigrant from Trinidad? Like, girl, why are you on that side? You're on the wrong side. But a lot of people found that offensive when she said that because he's a gay man and she called him a cocksucker. I wasn't sure if she necessarily meant it because he's gay, because she kind of does say things like that. But at the same time, I did look on her Twitter and she said that she mentioned it in that way on purpose so that the media outlet can, so she can get attention from the media. So she knew if she called a gay man a cocksucker, that the media was going to eat that up, allegedly. Well, it ain't alleged because she wrote it and typed it herself on Instagram. Her or Roman decided to do that. I don't understand why she's out here doing this right now. I feel like right now you should be promoting this album that you said that you dropping in March, right? Because you didn't have a good end of the 2025. So right now, I feel like she should be promoting her album. Listen, I'm a Nicki fan. Everybody know that. But you gotta hold her accountable. And when she not right, she not right. And that's the issue. But she right now needs to be working on her music. She needs to be shooting some music videos or something because she didn't drop no music videos. Beyonce could do that because she's doing 3 acts and she's Beyonce. But your ass could have did some music videos for Pink Friday too. That's what she need to be doing. Some music videos, dropping a single or working on getting her single out. I don't feel like she needs to be on the internet. I'm really wondering if she really going to drop an album in March, to be honest. I don't know. But Don Lemon went off on her, y'all, and he basically called out her family members that had sexual situations. That husband, her brother. He called all of them out and said, like how you saying I need to be in jail and you with this man, you know what I'm saying? So he definitely went in on her and said that, that she's homophobic and all this, she's not for the black people and all this stuff. And, did he lie? I don't think so. But, that's all that I got really for the tea today, y'all. But I'm going to give y'all a song of the week. The song of the week is, y'all not going to expect this. It's actually going to be Sweet Thing by Chaka Khan. Because this past weekend I celebrated my great-grandmother's 95th birthday. And we played that song and the whole family was singing. And I enjoyed that moment. So yeah, Sweet Thing by Chaka Khan. And listen to the Mary J. Blige one after too, alright? Alright, y'all, but that's all I have for y'all today. Peace out. Thank you for watching. We have some new content coming. So make sure you guys stay tuned. 2026, we're going to get better and better. Alright? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Like it up. When you guys like these videos, why did I sound like I had an accent? When you guys like these videos, it helps us, it helps the channel out. It takes 2.5 seconds, less than that if you quick with your fingers. So you don't even gotta double tap, just tap one time that thumbs button right there. Come on. But yeah, follow me on Instagram, X, I call it Twitter still, and have a good day, y'all. Peace out. Can we talk?